Hello, hello. So today is all about raising your vibration and raising your standards. So we have already you can see how we're building it up. And we've talked about who you are, knowing who you are, that we started with right in the beginning. And then we spoke a little bit about your energy, and we also just touched on that yesterday. So the next thing is being aware of all your energy, okay, but now raising your vibration and raising your standards. So too often as women, I would say individuals, but mainly women, we're so used to doing, and I did touch on this yesterday, that we just put ourselves last. So stop doing that. Just claim that time as yours and just take it. You are seeing yourself less of, and so you're happy to just get by. And when you start seeing yourself as more, so it comes from a self-worth and a value of yourself. So after working on yourself and figuring out who you are, and like, oh my goodness, you are this amazing thing. Like, yes, you're on a journey. Yes, you've got all these things to like fix up and all of that. But like, wow, you start increasing your worth about yourself. And so you also start claiming bits back about your life. A simple thing like just taking a lunch break. I mean, everyone deserves to just take a lunch break, and it seems like such a simple thing, but often we are so busy just to even take a proper time out and just consciously eat food. I think I spoke about it right in the beginning, the conscious eating, the conscious working out, and in that moment is just only focusing on the food. So something that I often do is called segment intending. So segment intending is, okay, so I'm not sure how many of you actually do this, but the night before you just plan your day ahead. I plan the week, and then also just, review every night and make sure that I know what I'm doing. I find when I do this, then my day goes smoother. It doesn't always go according to plan. So being aligned with who you are and checking in with your higher self, things are able to shift and move, especially when you have kids. You can't just be so rigid and perfect and stick to your perfect little plan, because life is not like that, and life is just crazy and busy and things being thrown at you. And if you're going to be too rigid on that, then you're going to be very disappointed, put it that way. So taking that time for yourself, and segment intending. Yeah, that's where I was. Okay. So planning the night before, and then each segment. So my first segment, like when I wake up, is before I even get out of bed, I do like a little bit of mind power, just planting a future vision of myself. And it's like on a tape recorder, like just playing like inside my mind, feeling the feelings of having had or being at my goal already, and congratulating and being proud and relief and whatever that means to you. So the first segment is you still in bed. Then it's obviously I go to the treadmill. Kids sometimes come in there. Then I see to the kids breakfast. So it's just different segments throughout the day. So each segment, what you want to try and do is just be conscious of what you're doing. And if you are spending time with the kids, then just focus on the kids. If you are eating, then just focus on your eating. And that's what being in the moment is. They always go on about being in the present moment, living in the now. So that's what it is every moment that you're in, just to absorb it fully, to absolutely just fall in love with whatever you're doing. And it's so important, especially with the eating, especially with the exercise. And you're going to find that you can do less things, okay, and you actually get better results just by being present at every moment. I'm not sure if you can hear the kids, but anyway, they're always crazy. So yeah, I mean, I was someone who used to just eat at my desk, and eventually I read that 4-hour work week, and I just thought, no, I'm actually, everyone in this world deserves a lunch break, and I'm actually just going to take it. And everyone thought it was the craziest thing, like weirdest thing, like, what? You're always working at your desk, you're always so busy, there's always deadlines. And I would just completely shut off everything. And I actually found that by claiming that time for myself, I actually was more productive in whatever I was doing. So sometimes we think that we're doing ourselves a favor by like pushing ahead and whatever, but if you take that like complete break and just have a time out, then you actually just achieve so much more. So you know how they always say your vibe attracts your tribe. So that's exactly true. I'm just going to quickly just check my notes. Oh yeah. So that is the other thing. Sometimes we are scared to raise our standards. And I'm going to give you an example regarding business. So sometimes we just charge lower rates and we're scared to raise the price because we're scared the clients are going to run away, we're not going to get any more. But I've actually found that when I raise my standards, and by saying that there was a lady, she was paying us a lot of money and she was so rude on the phone, and I just thought to myself, no, that is not the way I want to be treated, and I will not stand for this. And I just gave her a mouthful and I said, you can actually take your stuff elsewhere. And my sister's eyes were like massive, and she was like, what did you just do? They're paying us like X amount. Like, how can you just tell her that? And I said, no, there's boundaries, and that is overstepping boundaries, and I will not be treated like that. I don't care who she is. It's supposed to be some like massive businesswoman. And I just said no. And in that moment, you're like scared, oh my word, I'm losing out on this income or whatever. But you know what? Every time that I raise the level in my life and I raise the standard, I raise the bar, the next day we got like 5 new clients, which made up for losing that one client. So we are abundantly blessed every time we raise the bar or raise the standard in our life. And the same goes with exercise, or the eating exercise, journey. So we want to go for the temporary pleasures, but we need to think about our long-term goal and vision and joy. Okay, so do we want this temporary joy, or do we want the long-term joy? And that's where the vision board comes in. So you see, it's always going back to these basics, the basics of having your vision, knowing your why, tracking. Those 3 tools, whether you're doing business, fitness, whatever, it's always going to come down to that. And how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you are someone who starts off strong, like you like start with determination, okay, I want you to also finish with determination, okay, because it's not about like what happens over here, as long as you're moving in the right direction. So as long as you're marking on your chart, and every day we just want to be better, and every day is not going to be like the previous day. You're always going to be like challenges. But what happens is people's motivation goes like this, and then that's where having a coach just keeps it, on a level, encourages you to take out your photos, look at them. You might not feel like you've lost. I always look at my photos and I think like, what? All that effort. And this is it. Like, it doesn't even look like I changed anything, And I actually just used to get so annoyed. But it's that ungratefulness which does not take you far. So if you are someone like that who wants immediate results, so what I had to do to change this way of thinking is when I feel that I'm not getting results, I push myself even more, because I'm like, no. And you don't change path. That's another thing that we do. We think, this diet's not working, we go try something new. Don't do that. Just stick with one thing, whatever you're doing. I'm not saying you have to do whatever I'm doing, but if you're doing Herbalife, you stay on Herbalife. If you're doing Wayless, you stay on Wayless. Everything works, okay? But you just need to push through, and we just are fickle and we just move from one thing to the next. So stop doing that to yourself, because you actually owe it to yourself. And hopefully now you are gathering and getting to know that you are such a flippin' amazing, awesome human being. And I'm not just saying that because, each of us have our own fingerprint. So each of us has this uniqueness and gifts and talents, and it's up to us to unravel it and bring it to the world. By keeping it to yourself, you really are being selfish. And I realized that by me not speaking out, speaking my truth. I was at Soul Circus shooting for the TV series last year, and I had prepared it was Youth Day, and prepared 15 minutes to address the youth, with vision boards and everything. And anyway, we ran out of time, and Nikki was just like, come on, you have 5 minutes, quickly. And I was like, geez, what can you do in 5 minutes, And I just shrugged it off, and I'm like, no, I did the thing that I always do because that's what I'm conditioned to do. And I'm like, no, it's fine, it's cool, we can just skip me. And she's like, Manisha, and she gave me big eyes. And so I spoke, and in those 5 minutes, it was not even 5 minutes, okay, I just quickly put everything in a nutshell. And I had a girl that was there who was crying. She was crying, and I had to talk to her afterwards, because something I said resonated with her, and she had gone through some trauma. And thereafter we could get her the help that she needed. And it was just that one scene which I always play in my head, and it reminds me that I'm not going to play small. I have a massive global vision, okay, and I'm working with global coaches who see my value and see my worth. And even, while writing this book, I've spent the whole weekend writing this book. It's called The Wonder of Women, by the way. The Wonder of Women Stepping into Power. So yeah, it's going to be quite amazing. It's mainly weight loss, transformation, and everything. And it will have everything that I've been teaching you guys. So yeah, I'm looking for even more success stories. So make magic in these 21 days. Don't take everything that I'm saying lightly. I want you to actually, yes, it's free, but it's valuable. I mean, I paid at least between 1,500 to 2,000 Rand per month to look the way I did. Okay, so what I'm giving to you, I know I actually go beyond what my coach did for me. And the reason is because I wanted it to be affordable to the masses of people. And currently I am working with my coaches, and she's like, you just can't charge those ridiculously low prices for what you do. You are giving way too much. So anyway, that's on my own self-worth issues and whatever. But yeah, when I did the one pager that we have to write to motivate our book to publishers and stuff, I didn't even put on there the TV series. I didn't even put on there half the stuff I did. And my writing coach just looks at me. She's like, what is this? You don't even have this. You don't even have this. Why is it not in there? And that's the thing. We often don't see our own value and worth. So I'm inviting you today. Hopefully you have done the 100 reasons. I'm going to have a big fit if you haven't done your 100 reasons. Okay. And the gratitude and everything, because each thing is building on each other. So I want you to take that out. I want you to look at it. If you haven't done it, do it quickly. And just read about what an amazing person that you are. Actually see it and believe it and absorb it. And then I want you to raise that, raise your standard, raise your vibration, and just watch how your life transforms. So have a beautiful evening, and hope you've had a relaxing weekend. It's been crazy with the kids. At least my helper will be here tomorrow, but yeah, very blessed that she is actually here on during lockdown. I'm one of the lucky few. So ladies,